In the quiet medieval city of Strasbourg, on a July morning in 1518, a woman named Frau Trophia stepped out of her home and began to dance. Not with joy, not to music, but with a frantic, desperate energy that baffled everyone who saw her. There was no orchestra, no celebration, just the sound of her feet striking the cobblestones. Within a week, 34 others had joined her. By the end of the month, the number had swelled to 400. The city was in a state of panic. The authorities, believing the cure was more dancing, set up stages and hired musicians, hoping the afflicted would dance the fever out of their systems. But it only got worse. People danced day and night, their faces gaunt, their eyes empty and staring into nothingness. They moved until their feet were raw and bleeding, their bodies racked with exhaustion. Some collapsed from strokes, heart attacks, and sheer physical depletion. They didn't stop because they couldn't. They were trapped in a horrifying silent ballet, driven by a force no one could see or understand. What caused this bizarre and terrifying phenomenon? Historians have proposed several theories. One popular explanation is mass hysteria, a collective psychological illness brought on by the extreme hardships of the time famine, disease, and deep-seated religious fears. Imagine the stress and despair of daily life, where one bad harvest could mean starvation. In this environment, a single spark of strange behavior could ignite a wildfire of panic and delusion, spreading through the community like a contagion of the mind. Another theory points to ergot poisoning. Ergot is a fungus that grows on damp rye, a staple grain in that era. Ingesting it can cause ergotism, leading to severe muscle spasms, convulsions, and vivid hallucinations. The symptoms eerily match the descriptions of the dancing plague victims. Could it be that the entire city was unknowingly consuming tainted bread, their bodies and minds hijacked by a potent natural toxin? This would explain the uncontrollable movements and the trance-like states they were in. But there are darker, more unsettling whispers from the past. Local legends speak of a curse, a punishment from a saint, for some forgotten transgression. Some believe the dancers awoke something ancient and malevolent, a presence lurking beneath the city that demanded a ritual of exhaustion. In this version of the story, the dancers were not victims of disease or poison, but puppets in a terrifying spiritual performance, their bodies controlled by an unseen master. The dancing was not a sickness, but a horrifying ceremony. As mysteriously as it began, the plague subsided. The dancing slowed, and the survivors gradually returned to their senses, with no memory of the weeks they had lost to the relentless movement. The city of Strasbourg was left to bury its dead and wonder what had possessed them. Was it a freak outbreak of mass psychosis, a case of widespread poisoning, or a chilling encounter with the supernatural? We may never know for certain. The dancing plague remains one of history's most unnerving and unexplained events. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, hit that like button, subscribe, and follow for more journeys into the strange and forgotten corners of history. Thanks for watching.